Well, hi. It's Gretchen, and I am uh, going to, boy, getting a feedback here. Going to be doing some editing. Hmm. Just, there we go. Okay. So I decided I'm going to do some editing and just wanted to go live and see how it worked and do it just to some music. But really, it is about a tips and tutorials because it's the first look at the bears of Greater Yellowstone and the pictures that I took when I was there a couple weeks ago. That was the tour I was on, or the field experience with Yellowstone Forever, with the purpose of looking for bears, finding out about their habitat, all kinds of information, and trying to photograph some. Successful. We got bears, bison, wolves, all kinds of wonderful things. So it's a great trip. But now I have some 734 pictures. Probably not all good. I can guarantee they're not all good. So the trick right now is to do first look, a cull. And this first look is about two things. And let me tell you what they are. The first thing is about focus. Is the photo in focus? What's the depth of field like? Uh, is the central character of the image sharp or sharp enough in terms of wildlife, depending on how far away I was and what I want to do with that photo? If it's for print, it needs to be super sharp, tack sharp. If it's to put into a montage, maybe video about the experience, I may use some that were not exactly perfectly sharp, um, because that's how it is when you're out shooting wildlife. That's what it is. So the other thing I'm going to be looking for, the second thing, is this faces. Doesn't do a lot of good when I'm doing wildlife if I don't have a subject with a face in it. So I will run into photographs that I have here that are just landscape. They may not be rejected, but they'll be qualified as a landscape. I'll have to code those. And then I will have other photographs that do have wildlife in them, but I might just have a butt shot. That's not always good. So I'm looking for the face. So I'm looking for two things: focus and the face. And I have a lot. So what I will be doing is, um, if it is a photo that is just landscape, I will give it a designation that I have. My designate on my just landscape is green, with a number 8 in the room. My wildlife gets designated as yellow with a number 7. That's how I designated. And then I will go through that other part. So my first thing I'm going to do is just go through in bulk and look for that, that it actually has wildlife in it. Okay, and then I'll go to another step and see if it's in focus, and then I'll have a face. So that's what I'm doing right now. And okay, let's go here. There we go. Oh, yeah. There's a lot. I'll make my thumbnails. Down here in Lightroom, you can see in the lower right-hand corner, I can enlarge the thumbnails. Let me go. I need to change. There we go. Drop that down a bit. Okay. Let's go. These actually all have wildlife in them. There is a bison back in there, and all those. So those will get a 7. And these, as you can see, we have a bunch. This is the first bear I ran into there. Looks like I've already those are 7. So what you'll see, it gave it a yellow designation around it. Tells me it's wildlife. Some that I might not know, I'm going to. Looks like I ran through this briefly and did some rejections already. You see them dulled out. I must have done that while I was in Yellowstone still. Now, some here you can't tell that there's wildlife in there, but he's there. I was using a Canon 100 to 500 millimeter lens on my R5, and on top of that, I had a doubler, so I was working with about 1,000 meters. Okay. Oh, there we actually mountain goats too. We ran into not just mountain sheep. That's cool. Or the bighorn sheep. Or maybe these were the bighorn sheep. I'll have to look closer. This is that cool tree. These are landscape. See, the designation is a different color. Oh, yep. Bison in the way. Some of them are going to be more landscape because the animal may not be the feature. And if I can't tell right now because it might have been too dark, these are back at the If you're familiar with any of my photographs, I have one from the winter of 2020, and that um, was taken of these trees right here, and I have a raven in it. So this is all snow covered. The river was frozen. It's all snow, completely white, and there's a raven here. It's called First Watch. It's taken from over. A lot of bison. Okay, where did I leave off on my destination? Going back over here to do full gallery view. This one is it is that landscape designation. Okay, back to and you can do a bunch of them at the same time, which is when you have several hundred pictures, hold the shift key down. It is easy to do that. And I believe the rest of these will be easy. Okay. Then those are landscapes. All right. All right, now I'm going to filter again by color label. And I want the yellow color label only because that's it. Yep. Just dropped me down, so it took all the landscapes out, I think. Yep. Perhaps. Okay. Oh. Attribute. Let's go. There it is. That's better. All right. So, as you can see right off the bat, these right here are going to need some adjustment. I think what I did was doing there was possibly doing focus taking. Go back and look at those. Right now, I'm going to look for, I'll take a group at a time and I'll compare them. That one's no good. This one I'm going to take out Esau because his head was right in front of that. X that one. This one has the most space. Let me sit. Yeah, it's still. And that one is not sharp. See, it's fuzzy. And this one is sharp, but he's not very showing off his face very well. But he was probably 150, maybe 200 yards away. Okay, let's go to those guys. Let's take a look at these. It's going to be X. Keep that one just in case. Okay. So you hit an X on that, it rejects it right away. And that's nice. Oh, come on, why are you doing this? Okay, let's not do that. Oh, cancel. I don't want to do that. Oh, here, let's do this. I'm gonna expand. There's not much but a brown blob there of this young grizzly. This was a young, newly, this is the first year this boar's been out on his own, and he was getting into trouble. So said the ranger. Okay. Now that one, sometimes when I paddle, I'm not quite sure about, I'll just hit the auto, see what happens when I do an auto. If I get anything. Got pretty claws. We'll see, that might go into a, because sometimes you can put 2 or 3 together and get the motion of what they're doing. So I'm with 1,000 millimeters on my lens, and you can see the size of those claws. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Embedded preview. Not so good. I wonder what my. Oh, I had a 1/250th of a second. Wasn't even fast enough. This was the first bear I saw in Yellowstone. When we went, and we'd been in the park all of maybe, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, and came around to a bear jam, and the rangers were making sure people were parking safely. Fortunately, in May, there's not as many people, but they had to close the boardwalk that walks down into the valley that this guy was walking in, and so that was one of those. And I could probably take some of these into AI Sharp and do something with them, but I'm not going to. Oops, cancel that. Oh, this is better. When I find one that I think might work, I'm going to move it to a target collection I have, and that's the Keystroke B. I have a Bears Greater Yellowstone target collection. Then I will just have those in front of my face to work on. I won't get distracted by all the other ones, because right now I'm just totally distracted. That's better. Oh, he's been tagged. You can see his tag on his ear. Okay. Sometimes it takes a little bit for these to resolve, but no, he was on the move. What's that second sound going on? I guess that's a song does that. Just eating. It's gonna rip up a log. I love the fur on him. Yeah, and a lot of people get confused whether they're black bears or grizzly bears. There's a distinct difference in them. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell because grizzlies can be black, um, but it has to do with the claw length, the position of their, the way their paw pad works, whether or not they have the hump, and their ears, and the shape of their face too. So this, yeah. See, he's got the grizzly hump and his ears. Let's go back to fit. Oh, okay, there's a. That's what that is. He's walking into the branch. So I'm going to take these 4 and do the comparison. Sometimes it's nice to do a comparison because you get a chance to see what the progress of the animal is. And like that first one that I saw would have been interesting at first, but then when I get further, I see I have more head motion and a more full frame. I particularly like this one best because you get the grizzly hump, you get his determination. I like that one. That one's not bad either. Okay, this is going to take me back to those. Oh, he's moving. I'll work on that one. I like that with the foot up. I've got 2. What did I? 23. 62, 60. Okay, good. Oh no. 61. So these are both. Oops. Bad. Okay. And it's easy to get distracted when you're doing this, when you're looking at a subject that you're so interested in. Like, I just love watching their behavior and see what he's up to. And there. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. This one did. Not much of a shot. I'm not going to pick it because you can reject, you can pick, or you can leave them alone. If I leave them alone, I'll come back to it. That one, no. No, see, it scrunched his face. That's got a little more moving there. What's that? There. Oh, here he's got some face. I think I might have these 3 or 4. Oh, look at that. See, these 2 I would have thought. But then I get this one and this one. Get a lot more face on that. And this is not the best. Again, that's my excitement the first day. I'm not gonna practice this. I do not want this to happen in Botswana. Oh, I love that. Look at it. Okay. Let's compare these, see what I've got ahead of me. This is another way you can do it. This comparison is nice because you can kind of look to see what's ahead. If there's anything that jumps out at you right off the bat. Like that one up there. I'll add that one. But of the rest of those. And this was another, we went down the road and there was a mother and cubs. This mother had been had a confrontation with that last bear that we saw. She has 2 little cubs, very little cubs that she's pretty dang protective of there. She is. She is way the heck far away from me, so this is, oh goodness, okay, not showing her face, but I'm getting baby bear face maybe. They're playing. I remember like these babies, oh that's a reject. Another one, they go walk behind trees for you, and then you miss your focus. Focus that catches the tree. Again. Not so great. No. Let's see what happened here. Oops. Oh. Okay, so there weren't that many on that other set. There was just that 1 or 2. This was the bisons had just calved, and so they had all these babies. And someone decided it was going to run past everybody. And cute little things. I like this one because I like the comparison between the size of the head of the baby and the size of the head of the what do I hear? Oh well. You know, it's pretty amazing to see the difference in size heads. Not much in the way of faces. Let's just check all these right here. I think the head comparison, I like that one. I'll try that one. And look at him running. Tail, legs forward in that one. Okay. And these were all rejected, I think. Yeah, I rejected all those. And you can see this bison has a collar, which was interesting. So we got one with a collar. It's a radio collar that they have on them. No, they just got the what's the face look like on that? Okay. What are all these? Oh, these are these crazy bighorn sheep, and they are looking rough. Why am I, oh, I'm in develop all of a sudden. There we go. Face. They blend in so well. These guys are about 25 yards at the most from me. That one. Gotcha. There we go. Okay. And did I get any of these little guys? It's a, I thought it was a pica, but it's not. It's a little ground squirrel, kind of like almost like a little marmot type thing. That one's pretty good. That one there. There we go. Okay. So this, let me get you up to, I can find a little more in the, okay, so the bison are working their way through everything. It's crossing the river. The pronghorns are playing. And then bison's in the middle of the road. And this is not the day that we've been into. So this day so far, up till there, is all landscape. And then what is this one? Oh yeah, this was landscape. Did a whole landscape portrait here because it was just so pretty. It's 5:30 in the morning also. These are so if you can see there, they are mountain goats. It's hanging in the middle and they're just very difficult to see. Okay, you guys are no good. And I set a landscape. And what is that? Ah, that's the mountain goats. So now we get into there. These first ones are not real sharp because we were in the van and somebody said, "Look!" And there she was. Yeah. It's the edge of the car right there. But there we go. These guys are getting better. Oops. There we go. There we go. Oh, I like that one. I like that. I'm going to see if I can clear this up a bit with some tools, just because I was taking pictures through a car window on these. But so that's that. But then we came back and found her still grazing in the same area. So I was out. So that's not good. That's better. Got a face. I'm hitting auto adjust on this just so that I can get it to what I was actually seeing. Initially, I'll go back and adjust things. Okay, so now here I have the baby to the one side, but my mom's looking, but you don't see a face. I didn't notice that the baby was there. These were yearling cubs, and they are quite large. There was some discussion whether they were 1 or 2 year old cubs. The ranger came to us later and said that they were 1 year olds. And so I'm trying to see if I've got anything blown out there. That's not bad. She's in the sedge, in the sagebrush. She's trying to work her way down, come down the hill and across the road, but there were too many people taking pictures, and we were more than the minimum distance away from her, but still it made her uncomfortable, so we kept backing away. Finally, after quite some time, we left. That's cool. And talked to a ranger later on that had to actually move people back because they kept encroaching on the area. So they moved everybody back 300 yards, which you normally only have to stay back 100 yards. So they moved everybody back, and so some people left and didn't like, and then that gave her enough room to bring the cubs down, and she stopped right near the edge of the road and nursed them. It's a pretty spectacular story, but wish I'd been there to photograph it. But let's see. Yeah. You can see the distinct hump there. Where's the babies? Oh, there they are. Oh, here we go. This is a cool series. I think you can see. Go back to this. Compare. You'll see how this one, I would say X on that, because I don't have faces. This gets kind of brutal. Here I've got a face of one and the face of one. But in the next step, do like another 6. See, I'm waiting for the one to poke its head up. I get closer and closer, and then finally, do I get him? Not in this set. How many was I taking? Not quite. I just kept going. Come on, baby! And And almost. Yeah, so there's a whole lot I'll reject on this. And then got her. And what was that? That's way too here. There. Mom, cub, cub. Yay. All right. So that is what I mean by that kind of thing. This is basically what I will do with all of these. I've got just a ton more I need to go back and designate as. So from here all the way down, I can roll through and know that these are all wildlife. And down to here, and then I can do 7, and that gets them all set to yellow. There's a few in that landscape, and then I go back to wildlife. And if you do that, then I have folders that they go into, and I can designate what I'm working on. Oh, yay. And these are all landscape. But in there, yeah. The beautiful area that we were staying in. Really pretty. Anyway, so that is what I do on a first look. I oftentimes get distracted because I get excited, but if I try to really hone in on that and stay with just that first look for wildlife, which is focus and faces. If I don't have their face, it's not going to be much interest unless they're digging or fighting or something. I've got some springboks or some pronghorns trying to mate, which is pretty funny because they're both young. And then that idea of the focus, and is it sharp, and is it tack sharp for a printable photo picture, so that does everything come together? Then I'll work on it. If I think I can make everything come together, the focus, the face, it's tack sharp, it's got the composition, the light, everything that it takes to make it a printable worthy picture? Or is it one that can blend into a montage of to do a story around the trip and add to it that way? We'll see how that goes. So that was the whole thing, and a little bit of a editing hour or minutes or however long. Thanks for joining me. So if you get a chance, hit the like button. Follow me here on YouTube, on Instagram, Images by Gretchen, Facebook. My website is imagesbygretchen.com. There are my bears of Katmai on my website available, as well as landscape and abstracts. Good luck. I appreciate it. But share this out with your friends. Thanks. Oops, where other wrong camera. Oh well. Let me see. And but I do it with Ecamm. Thank you, Ecamm fam, for teaching me how to do this, and just it's awesome. And until I'm this again, just a little bit of editing. I've got a live story and art tonight at 6:30. Do that to share some different kind of art. All right. Until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. You never know what you're going to see around the corner if you really, really keep your eyes open. Later.